Come on. I totally believe in you, Tad Cooper. I totally believe in you, Tad Cooper. Maybe?
You're online. The stream is
up.
Yay!
Woo! Oh! Thank fuck. Oh my god.
Victory!
Where were we?
Yeah, and
Holy
imagine
shit, wait,
trying to do all that. Like,
so we just
live or
unleashed a
something
couple
like
imps upon the world. I can see that.
No.
Well, back the ones that ran
those
away.
are from the previous. Those are the ones that ran away.
Yeah, so they're running away into the light, into people, places. Well, sucks for any adventurers wandering by the entrance.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, I'm gonna need light to see my notebooks.
I should pop up my character sheet so I can use it.
Hopefully that's enough.
We made it through a portcullis. That's yeah.
Yeah.
Yay!
Unscathed.
Holy
with all of your
shit.
fingers and toes.
So you guys don't even need me.
Courtesy of flying people stuffing shit in holes in the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said.
Okay, so we're waiting for Kristen to get back, and I'll explain what it is that you see as you look around. You don't see anything to the south other than just a corridor that turns the corner, but to the north, meaningful ellipses, ...
Usually
Dot,
she's
dot.
on voice, but
Yeah. She looks like she muted herself, so she could actually be hearing us, but I just see that big cubic bird in the back, and that's it.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I'm back. We're good. I'm good.
Okay.
This is fine. Everything is fine.
We didn't die. The portcullis didn't kill us.
Okay.
Somehow.
That's gonna be my
No.
next. That's gonna be
Good
Wisteria's
lord.
next favorite enemy. Is totally gonna be a portcullis.
Colossus. Oh, heaven forbid she ever gets imprisoned.
Oh no.
Okay, so to the south, it's sort of a featureless corridor that just turns the corner. To the north, what you see is an open room, and you can see some large pillars. It's hard to tell from this distance, and kind of partially around the corner. But you see some. There we go. Some circular pillars from where you're seeing. And then since you can fly, hold on. Everyone got really quiet. Okay, so I'm just making sure I can still hear everyone because y'all got real quiet.
We were just listening.
Okay. Yeah, so there's 4 circular pillars. And then in the middle looks to be sort of a large grate that's about 15 feet in diameter.
Okay.
In the floor.
Should I check the hallway for traps?
Never not.
Always check for traps.
Check for paranoia. Check for not paranoia.
Yeah. Alright, so...
It's a 24 on my investigation.
Okay. So, where are you going? Because right now you're just in the corner here, the intersection.
Oh, I guess I'm just investigating right there at the opening.
Where
If
you're
stepping forward is a good idea.
Okay.
Well, you
you
find
don't
up there's
see...
That's obviously the sewer grate that
no.
leads to the Ninja Turtles lair.
Right.
There doesn't seem to be anything in the hallway that you're standing in. But there does appear to be an aberration on the wall directly opposite you. And not an aberration in the actual sense of the Dungeons & Dragons category of monster aberration, but there seems something funny about the wall.
And my investigation doesn't tell me that? Do I need to get closer?
Yes, you can get closer, and it seems to be a hidden door in the wall.
Oh! Hey guys, there's a hidden door in the wall. Straight ahead.
Good to know. Good to
Can we
know.
see it now that she's pointed out?
Yeah, you can all kind of see an irregular, like a very, very faint irregularity, right there.
Well, do we want to look, look north and south, and then look hidden door? Or do we want to go through hidden door?
First of all, are there any pressure plates by that door?
Well, yeah, your investigation accounted for everything that you could kind of see and interact with within your immediate area, and there's no traps that you could find or pressure plates or anything like that. The only thing you could encounter, and I'm assuming that you kind of like walked on the walls a little bit here and there and kind of entered the center area carefully. You did not encounter anything.
Okay.
Okay. If we throw some stuff, just like a handful of something at the door, well, I don't want to throw it at it. I don't want to hit it. I just want to see if it's a motion sensor, if it's going to freak out. But I also don't want to trip it.
If it's motion sensitive.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Can I use my primeval awareness to concentrate and see if there's any of my favorite enemies? Oh, well, that's within 5 miles, so there are probably a bunch more in here. Fuck.
How long are you gonna... Do you just sense the presence, or do you get, like, location and distance and stuff? How much detail do you get? Of
uninterrupted concentration, but then you get... This feature reveals which of your favorite enemies are present, their numbers, and the creature's general direction and distance in miles from you.
General. So, read through that again exactly as it's written.
Okay. By spending one uninterrupted minute in concentration, as if you were concentrating on a spell, you can sense whether any of your favorite enemies are present within 5 miles of you. This feature reveals which of your favorite enemies are present, their numbers, and the creature's general direction and distance in miles from you. If there are multiple groups of your favorite enemies within range, you learn this information for each group. And that would be for fiends and undead.
Okay, within 5 miles?
It's very weird!
Okay. Alright.
That's lots of shit.
There's so much shit.
So you see Wisteria sort of stop and concentrate for a moment. She's quiet, and you're kind of just watching her. And you're concentrating, and you're thinking, you're sort of extending out your senses, thinking back on all of the times that you've hunted these creatures. And as you sort of extend your sense outwards, your awareness, you do sense the presence of fiends. Many fiends.
So many.
There seem to be a number of them, probably maybe a few dozen, kind of at your elevation, kind of where you're at. Generally east and south-ish. And as you sort of concentrate further, your awareness expanding below you. Dozens of them. Now, does it tell you how strong these things are, or just that there's fiends?
That's all that.
It said type, right? It says
type.
Or does that mean fiend?
The type, like it says, oh, hey, you sense a fiend. You sense a favorite enemy.
Yeah, it would be either fiends or undead for her.
Yeah, so you're sensing many fiends.
Lots and lots of fiends.
So many fiends.
Probably hundreds of feet below you, kind of around, like clusters of them. A couple of them are by themselves. Some of them are in groups as large as 10 or 20, many of them. And thinking even further, below them, undead.
Oh, God.
Many undead.
Ooh.
And a few fiends interspersed with them.
Oh, this is just pissing her off. Just like, she's kind of mentioning this to people around as she's focusing, and then just like sour look, sour look, sour look.
Yeah, there are, oh gosh, I'd have to spend a few minutes flipping pages. But,
oh no, I will not, you do not have to do that.
To get the exact count, but
point is there are crap tons.
So many.
There's many fiends, but you distinctly sense distinctive levels within the complex where these creatures gather, and there's some on your level, and then there's many more much further below you, a couple 100 feet, kind of spread around a rough thing, and then below that, a few hundred more feet is where you got the undead and a few fiends.
Place is such a den of filth.
Okay.
So there's quite a lot of murdering to be going on for these Hobos.
Yeah, let's get to that more quickly.
We haven't really done much murder
I'm
hoboing
gonna-
yet.
Yeah.
we did-
Once you've made it past through the all of the things that are designed to weaken your consume your resources and weaken your resolve.
Yeah.
Expanding on that, I'm gonna go ahead and use a second divine sense to see if any of those fiends are within 60 feet.
Now, it's not going to let you see, it doesn't let you sense anything but that would be considered behind total cover.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah, I know.
So it's basically
Okay.
just within line of sight.
Then what's the
Or like
point?
if something's hiding behind. So if let's say you're in a crowded room at a banquet,
Okay.
you're like, oh, someone over there is a vampire, kind of thing.
Okay. Then I won't do that.
If you wanted to,
It's not quite the same as the primeval awareness ability. It's
Okay.
mostly like, is this person I'm interacting with a fiendish creature or something in disguise?
Okay. So it's
I
basically
kind of
useless.
am. You know that.
Well, you're a humanoid, but you have fiendish ancestry.
no, I was
It doesn't ping anybody's radar, I think.
I was just joking, but
Yeah, we
yeah.
almost did that before. I had that problem.
Do we want to go north or south?
Oh, north looks like a lot of gross.
Yeah,
A lot
it's very. So as you're looking at it, you can see light kind of reflecting off of most of the surfaces. It seems like everything's kind of covered in a very thin layer of moisture.
Also, I heard
I don't really want to get wet.
yeah, undead south and east, right? So south.
Undead down.
Fiends south and east.
Oh,
Or, sorry,
fiends,
fiends,
south
sorry,
and east.
fiends.
Yeah, mostly east, southeast from you in that
Well,
general direction.
So down
South?
that way?
Let's do that.
South.
Let's go south. I'm still flying until you tell me that I'm no longer flying.
Yours was only a minute, right?
Yeah, you have since she sat there for a minute and to concentrate.
Okay. So I'm walking.
I'm gonna
I'm-
come down to
Still
the
flying for another few minutes.
T here and do another investigation.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
18.
18. All right, so as you're investigating, you see a similar uneven mark or series of stones on the wall up down there.
I'm thinking, should we maybe try and get one of these doors open to see where?
I feel like something
not even to go
gross
in, but
I feel like it's more likely that something gross is going to come out of those doors.
Yeah.
Well, normally you don't do secret. You do secret doors to hide things.
Unless it's a trap of some kind that we just haven't triggered.
well, my investigation found the door, but it didn't find any traps within that door.
No.
So it could be something on the other side,
Alright,
but nothing
you try
on this
it.
side.
If
Sure.
somebody's going to open that door, I'm going to stand close, just in case.
Is it within 10 feet of you?
Yeah.
Okay. Did someone want to try the door, or?
I'm gonna try and push on the door.
Okay. All right. It actually slides open very smoothly, and the wall just sort of opens up, and you can see the passage. It almost as if there was no wall in between, open up, and just below it you see what appear to be a set of regular, plain-looking doors.
On the floor or in front of us?
Just below you, south. Those are supposed to be rectangles. I just kind of messed up.
Well, do we want to open more doors?
Yeah, but they seem plain, unadorned. But yeah, it's like the
Should I go back
passageway.
up north and push on the other door and see if that is similar doors behind that? I don't know.
You can do that. I'll stay. I'll get right over here.
I'm gonna push on the doors to the secret door to the north. Brennan.
Sure. It opens up, and you can see with your light a passage and with stairs leading down.
Oh.
Ooh.
And it
So
seems
now
to
we
go
have
down.
so many options.
And it seems to go down a little bit and then turn out of your line of sight.
Can you see the fireworks behind me?
Awesome.
Wow, that's like
That's so cool.
pretty they're
awesome.
illegal in the city where we live, but that doesn't stop people.
Oh yeah,
Of course not.
same.
Yeah.
Something exploded outside my
DC,
window
yeah,
last
people do
night,
it.
and I'm not sure if it was a firework or what.
So
Well,
Literally exploded.
these are kind of crude, especially since Roll20 is lagging. But basically, the stairwell it's a fairly steep stairwell. Definitely not up to building code for safety. So your rise over run is practically 1/1. So they're
dear.
very steep.
I disapprove of those stairs.
Yep.
Well, down through the
Down.
secret door to the south or through the regular passageway?
There's so many options. Okay, so my thoughts are if there's secret doors that regular travelers may not find,
True.
will it lead to danger or to something advantageous?
Or both?
Both.
Or both?
Always both.
My guess is both.
Both. Both is good.
I mean,
Well, not so good. I prefer it to be advantageous and no.
Yeah, but both may not be good.
Well, if it involves murdering fiends, I'm all for that.
I think realistically, just about everything in this place is going to kill us, whether we're sneaking around or not. So
Yeah.
So
I'm
which
a little
think
bit
it
more
just
against
might be-
fiends.
It might just be a shortcut with less dangers to dangers ahead. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So which door do we want to take?
It would be less trapped if we couldn't find the door. They probably wouldn't put traps on it.
Right.
They expect people not to find it.
So decisions.
Down.
Well, your spell before found that there's fiends and bad guys on our level and below us. So either way, we're going to run into someone.
Mm-hmm.
yep.
I'm thinking maybe we continue down the hallway just to kind of discover what it leads to without actually entering whatever it might be. And then once we have a full idea of where that goes, we might be able to make a better decision.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay. All right.
So, I'm going to stop right here before it turns and do an investigation to see if there's any traps or plates in the hallway in front of us.
Okay. Go ahead and make a roll.
Let's see, that's a 13 plus 8, 22.
It does not
No,
seem
so
to
21.
contain anything of danger or of note around the corner.
I wonder if we've gotten past the worst of it, but probably not. That's probably too optimistic.
I highly doubt it in a place like this.
So it's another T intersection in front of us there?
Yep.
Secret door?
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
Yeah. I
The dungeon.
have a feeling to go through the secret door that leads to the doors, not the door that leads to the stairs.
Okay.
So door that leads to the door.
Right. So I'm going to go through here. Are those doors locked?
They seem to be unlocked. You want to
If she's going, I'm going to stand over
Search
here.
them.
Is it like a handle or just pushing them open?
It's kind of just pushing them open.
Okay, I'm gonna push it open a tiny bit
And peek inside?
and peek.
Okay.
Trying to do it with as little movement as possible to not draw attention, if at all possible.
I'm gonna bring
Sure.
a longbow up just in case.
So what you see is kind of a plain, featureless room. And opposite you is another set of doors, very similar looking to the ones that you're in.
So many doors. Why do they like doors so much?
This is a
So I
very
don't see anything moving in that room.
Make a perception roll for me, please.
Let's see, it was a 13 roll with another 21.
There's nothing else in that room. It is quiet. It is still. It's very undisturbed.
Nothing on the floor, nothing on the ceiling.
You don't see anything. You want to investigate? So perception is look. Investigate is poke, prod, check for traps, check for clues, kind of thing.
Okay, I'm going to slowly push the door open,
Okay.
take one small step inside, and do an investigation.
Okay.
That's a 26.
Okay. So you step inside and you start looking around, investigating, poking and prodding things. And pretty much, other than the space directly that you're standing on and a space a couple feet away in front of you and to the side, it seems as if the stones, all of the stones of the floor, are loose and uneven, and they seem to almost be on a pivot of some kind.
Don't step inside, guys.
Okay.
Am I still flying?
Yeah, you could still be flying.
Okay.
So there are stones surrounding the stone that I'm standing on. They're uneven, but there are other stones that are not.
Yeah, like you can reach out, and it's kind of like way at the extent of, like, you're kind of like poking at things with your dagger a little bit, but you kind of would have to like hop. And so the thing about the floor in here, I probably should have clarified, the flagstones are much smaller than they normally are. They're all maybe anywhere from like a foot to a foot and a half in size, and they're all different shapes and sizes and stuff, but they're much smaller than like the larger blocks that had comprised most of the stuff. And they're all, as you're looking at them, there are a good number of them seem a little wobbly or otherwise.
Do you want me to check the door, or do we want to just ignore the doors on the other end of this room? Or do we want to be bunny rabbits? Well, you'll be bunny rabbits. I still.
The tiles that seem to be sturdy. Are there any similarities between those tiles that we could then kind of decipher which stones to step on, or are they different?
Not that you can tell. You could go step, prod, and go very slowly across.
Okay, I say Karen fly across the room and check the other doors.
Yep. Okay. Do they?
All right.
Like, do they? If I like.
Mysterio, keep
So
a
they
bow
both
trained
have-
on
they
the
have-
doors.
They have a bar going across each one that looks
Okay.
like you pull.
Okay, so I pull it open just a little bit.
All right. It seems to open without any trouble, and nothing
Okay.
seems to happen.
I look through it.
It's a wall. It seems to be a false door.
Wow.
It's there's a wall here, guys. It's just a wall.
No, I
Okay.
I mean, I poke at it a little bit to see if it's actually just a wall.
honestly.
Yeah, you're touching it. It's like it looks like it's a wall. Like the hinge, like you can look at it. Like the hinge is like literally, it's just a door on a wall, almost like a cabinet door or something.
We entered the fucking Winchester mansion.
The
It's a trap room.
Friends,
Okay.
I am going to be honest.
That aren't doors are like.
I'm going to be honest. I
can't fly.
I didn't have anything against dwarves up until this point. I may have to make them a future favorite enemy at this point to go along with portcullis.
In their defense, you are essentially invading their sanctum to steal their riches.
They're gone!
Dead.
I
gone.
let the door close and just fly back
Somehow
over
all
here.
of the fiends and undead and crazy things have gotten through this already, so I think they lost that super soon.
I don't like doors that lie to me. I don't. Doors should not lie. Doors are inanimate objects. They're not supposed to tell lies.
I can agree with that.
Alright, so down the hallway to the south? Or up north?
Let's go south. Unless anyone else.
Okay.
So I'm going to carefully watch my step, go down to this T intersection, and do one more investigation check.
Sure.
I'm gonna continue to stay within 10 feet. Just
of her? Okay.
because. Yeah.
16.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
16.
It seems empty and nothing. That wasn't supposed to happen.
What's to the west? Oh.
I'm currently drawing it.
Yeah, you're drawing. I see that.
How dare you not draw faster?
You can't actually see around that corner. But it just goes out into the darkness to the east and to the south.
No more secret doors?
Not that you've been able to tell within your area of perception around you.
Alright, guys. Which way next?
Southeast, I'm told, is...
So, east or west to go south?
I'm going to go to the west and do a perception at this T.
Sure. Alright, so you peek around the corner.
23.
You see a set of double doors with what look like bars on them, push bars or pull bars. Bars. But not big pull rings, specifically. These have bars.
And these are all like metal doors?
They're wood, reinforced wood. The only, like... Yeah.
Fucking dwarves. Could have been a long lost cousin.
Okay. So I let everyone else know, and...
These monsters.
Come back.
Well, do we open those doors? As long as the doors aren't a lie.
Yeah, they're a lie or alive, because you've kind of seen both of those. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I also don't want the doors to be alive.
Hey!
I'm gonna go to the doors. So are they bar to pull or bar to push?
Can't quite tell. Could be both. Looking at the hinges aren't as obviously constructed as they were on those other ones. Like the other ones were cabinet doors, so you saw like the hinges. These are similar to. Have you actually run into any of these? No, these are. No, these were like the doors that go into the room. The funky triangle doors that I couldn't draw very well. It looks like a push door.
Okay. So I'm going to carefully, stealthily,
Once again.
push open a small amount
Okay.
to where I can see what's on the other side of the doors.
Okay. It opens up into a really big room that you can't see past your light. The ceiling is so the ceilings in all these passageways are, about 10 feet. But this room, goes past your light, similar to the one that you entered in from before. And it's just big. But it seems to be empty.
Am I getting any additional moisture or anything, or is it still all kind of relative from what it is in the air at the moment?
No, there's not as much moisture as there was previously where you're at. Like before, you were getting, probably because there's a rushing river underneath that room. There's no real breeze or anything like that you can sense.
Do I hear anything?
Did you roll perception?
I rolled I didn't roll anything once looking in the room.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception.
That's a 17.
Okay. It's dark and it's quiet. And there's not much else that you can sense.
Do we want to look in?
I say we push forward.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I step in with my light.
All right.
What do I see?
So, you're carrying a torch?
Yes.
All right. So you can see basically this. I really wish it would remember the color of the line it last year. It keeps defaulting to my...
I stepped in next to her. Can I see past it with the dark vision?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have dark vision? Okay.
Yeah, everyone
We all have dark
vision.
Everyone
but
except me.
her. Everyone but the person who's actually like scouting out in advance.
She's a halfling. That's halflings for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically it's a wide open room and you don't see, I mean, it's past your ability to see. It's just dim light.
First thing I'm going to see is if there's any pressure plates on the floor.
Go ahead and make an investigation roll.
They're all pressure plates, every single one of them.
The entire world is a pressure plate now.
Natural 20. You are absolutely sure that there are no pressure plates anywhere that you can see.
Everything is in the walls in this room, in the ceiling.
Any holes in the walls or markings on the walls or anything on the walls that I can see? With my torch, because I don't have night vision.
There may have been, like, wall hangings at some point that you can kind of see what amounts to maybe like the equivalent of a nail hole in a flagstone wall. But it's marking a couple of things, but they seem to have been long ago torn down.
Okay. I guess I take a few steps forward into the room. Maybe 15 feet.
Around.
Sure. Yeah, it's just...
I'm just going to slowly start investigating the room to see how big it goes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. As you enter the room, and even just like 10 feet, your vision is clear enough that you can finally see a wall that's about just past your normal vision. It's about 70 feet past the door.
Okay, so we can all see this now.
Yeah. As you're kind of moving in. And you can see the passageway over here extends a little bit. But it was almost as if this room was built to stymie people who could see in the dark, and to have just enough past their normal vision.
Huh.
But it looks like there's something. It's really hard to tell from so far away, but do you see light, very dim light, kind of creating some shadows on this back wall from some stuff on the ground here.
Okay.
On the ground?
Not on the ground, but like at the ground level.
What color is the light?
The whatever color your torch is.
Oh, it's the torchlight. Okay.
It's reflecting from the torchlight. Okay.
You can see something over there dimly in the torchlight, but you'd have to move much closer to see clearly.
I'm gonna head that way. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it looks as if there's some sort of mechanism or contraption in that alcove down there. It's a large wooden platform, on either side of which are what look to be really large winches. Sort of large wheels and all rope. It looks like this is like these winches control ropes and stuff. specifically for this wooden platform. So you've got all this stone, and then there's a wooden platform.
Like a lift?
Like a lift, yeah.
Do we want to do something with this, or do we want to just keep going?
I feel like sooner or later this place is trying to lead us down.
Yeah. We came from up, and her sense told us that there was stuff below us, but nothing above us.
No, there's stuff on level with us.
Level, yes.
On level, but nothing above us, right?
Right, there's nothing above you.
And there's a hallway to the east there?
Yeah, up there.
I'm gonna step closer, not touching the platform or getting on the platform, but just doing a little further investigation if there's any writing or
yeah, go
anything
ahead.
around the platform itself.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Maybe any inkling of what the platform was used for.
Sure.
That's 14.
So you look around. It looks like one of these winches is attached to the platform itself and moves with it, and one of them is on this level. And based on some like engravings in dwarven script, it's basically instructions that say winch it this way to go up and winch it this way to go down.
So it's manual.
Yeah, it's a manual, thing.
I don't know that we all want to ride we can't all really ride the manual thing.
No.
Yeah.
So, let's continue on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back up north to the hallway.
Uh-huh.
What do I see with my light at just the beginning of the hallway?
So you see a hallway
Stop it.
offshoots there, and then goes down another like 20 or so feet, and turns again.
And there's nothing on the floor?
Nope. Seems plain and simple.
Alright. What's down this hallway?
Okay. All right. So there's a simple door here. Right as you just as you approach it, you can see around the corner. Oh, there's a door. Actually, it's too big. It's a single door set in the middle of the wall. It's not a 10-foot wide. It's more like 5 smaller.
And what's down the other hallway?
Okay, so it extends south a ways, turns to the east, extends south a little bit more, and there's another door. Couple doors. I'll draw it out real quick.
So many doors!
Everything is doors.
Can we just destroy the doors?
We could.
Yeah.
We certainly could.
I don't think I have the ability to destroy all doors, though. I kind of want to destroy all the doors.
Just the metal ones.
I can't. I really don't think I can destroy metal doors.
Right. So each of these are smaller in size. They're not like big double doors. They're only about like 7 feet tall or so, but they're still strong wood reinforced with iron bands.
Cousins deserved better.
That have like heavy, large bars, kind of like a school door. You push on it and it opens, kind of thing, or pull on it.
Okay, I'm going to go carefully push on the first door that we found.
Oh.
Okay.
Prepare.
All right. Opens up into a small room. Seems pretty plain. There doesn't actually seem to be much in here.
This place is either traps or boring.
Right?
Honestly, we haven't found a single thing
It's
of
probably
interest
been
here.
close to a millennia since actual dwarves lived here. So, in that time, many things could have changed.
Do we want to go? Maybe we should just go down.
Let's go down.
Down the stairs in that upper hallway?
Yeah, let's go down. Unless someone objects, but there's nothing up here. Everyone's gonna have been up here.
Yeah, I agree.
With anyone who survived those stupid portcullises.
Emilia is just rubbing her hands together, looking annoyed.
I'm muttering bad things about dwarves under my breath as I walk.
It's funny because your other character's a dwarf.
I'm muttering bad things about fake doors and stupid doors. Like, I don't like doors.
Okay,
Fiends
so
looking for colossus.
Joe, are you going first and sort of investigating and searching as you go?
I have my shoes, which make it, even if the stairway is steep, pretty easily for me to go down.
Like you can
You could walk on the wall if you
perceive.
wanted.
Yeah, so I'm going to go down to the landing there and do an investigation.
Okay.
That's a 19.
The entire landing is a pressure plate.
Of course it is.
Ah,
That whole 10-foot square area is a pressure plate.
okay. And I stepped on it?
You just engage.
No, you're walking on the wall.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. So I see the pressure plate.
Right.
Do I see anything beyond the pressure plate?
Yeah, so around the corner, it kind of just extends. It goes down very, very steeply, and it looks like it turns again. Down there.
Okay, so I'm going to let them know that there's a pressure plate and not to step on it. If they can fly, they should fly. Is there anyone who's not flying?
Most people are. I think I'm the only one flying at this point.
She's the only one flying. I can't fly again until
I would say your fly spell is very much almost out.
Yeah,
based on
I'm
the
probably
amount of
down
time you've
very
done.
soon.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to continue on the wall. I'm going to warn them about the pressure plate. I'm going to continue on the wall down to the next intersection.
Okay. All right, it goes down and down and down, and then it turns again.
I'm going to fly past the pressure plate so I get myself there before my fly spell ends.
Okay.
Can the other two jump over the pressure plate? Can they
Maybe.
get past it?
They can certainly try.
You guys want to try and come down?
Alright, I don't want to let you guys run off alone. If I come down here...
All right,
Yeah.
dexterity check, or you could do an acrobatics or an athletics check.
Ooh.
Okay...
So considering the floor lifted the last time we went past the pressure plate and then decided to try it out, I'm just going to
no!
pressure plate alone.
Ah.
What'd you get?
I got a 7.
Yeah, unfortunately, because it's very, very, very... Like, if this were, like, regular stairs, you could hop around it pretty easily. But because these are really, really steep, you kind of hop, but then as you land on that next step, you sort of lose your balance, and seeing it so steep in front of you, you instinctively go to fall backwards. And as you fall backwards and you kind of, like, land on your butt, you hear clicking, chunk, 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 and then the sliding of the sound of stone on stone, and then Wisteria, behind you, you see this giant iron ball fall from the ceiling.
Run!
And then slow tipping forward towards you as it's beginning to fall.
Run
We run.
like hell!
Okay.
Okay, can I run? Or am I, like...
If you're going to run...
you and
If you're going to run down these stairs, I need you to make a dexterity check.
Okay.
So for each of these straight passages, I need a dexterity check so that you don't like start falling and tumbling.
And each of us that are running, right? So we all need to dex.
If you're running, yeah.
Well,
I failed again.
I assume all of us are running to get away.
Wait,
from
is
the
it a check or a save?
It's a check.
Okay.
Yeah, I failed again.
What'd you get?
I got an 8.
Yeah.
And
Actually, I got less than that.
what's the
Okay.
DC for each one so I know when I fall
10.
over? 10, okay,
Okay.
so
It's 10.
first one's okay.
So 11.
All right.
Second
So
one.
Illyria, you're like, oh gosh, go, and you just trip over your feet again, and basically just head over heels, tumbling down, and you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Because
That's fine.
not only are these stairs very steep, they're very sharp stone, and you kind of like land on that last platform and kind of catch your breath, and you can hear a reverberating boom as the iron ball slams against the wall at the top of that landing where that pressure thing is, and it stops there for a moment before its momentum like slowly tips it down to closer, and then a dexterity check as you go down that next set of stairs.
10!
All right, you almost miss, but you managed to catch yourself against the wall at the last moment. Okay, now Tracy, you can just run along the wall very easily, so you don't really need to make any checks because it's basically a flat surface. So as you turn that final, so it's really really steep. You as you turn that final corner, the stairs stop and it's just a dead end, and there's a small alcove that's about 4 feet tall, and it goes back about another 10 feet or so. Let's see if I can freehand. It kind of goes underneath this. It probably extends maybe like 6 or 8 feet, and it's just a dead end. So another dexterity check as you turn that final corner for the people who are running.
Okay. 11.
Okay.
21.
Oh yeah. You fly down, and you hear as you kind of all get down to that final landing or that final floor, another slamming sound as the iron ball hits this far bottom left corner, and then another slamming sound as it hits the bottom right corner, and then you can see it rolling down, hit right here. I'm assuming you're all tucking down underneath. It hits here, and then kind of rolls down, and then right, because the ball itself is probably a good almost 7-8 feet around, and it kind of rolls and finally slams against the side of the alcove where you're all kind of like ducking in, and it just comes to a stop right there.
And we have no way out?
Not that you can see.
Search the hell out of, investigate the hell out of this.
Okay.
I think we're all doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my fly spell has probably.
Even if it's shortly expired, but there's
Not enough height.
maybe there's less than a foot of clearance on either side to be able to get out or around.
Okay.
So as you guys search around, you find a number of bones and long ago rotted, maybe it would have been cloth or leather, and you see on the floor and the ceiling what looked to be a lot of like gouge marks and scratches and stuff in the ceiling where people may have at some point been trying to like dig or damage or something to get out. And you see in a number of different languages basically like sort of environmental storytelling, people leaving graffiti, mentions of loved ones. There are some people who basically got stuck here and trapped and they couldn't get back out again, and so all they did was write on the walls, and there's pictures, there's tally marks, some of them going into like the dozens, but yeah, it seems like a number of people have been trapped down here before.
How did they get trapped down here? If the ball didn't come, how did the ball get back up?
Valid question.
There's not one down here already.
Why was the last one down? Can I try to can I push on the ball? Will it move at all if I push really hard?
You sit there and push against it and lean against it. This thing is really, really heavy. It's incredibly heavy. Probably it's basically a sphere of iron. You can see like a bunch of riveted plates and stuff that are it's a big like giant ball of metal.
Okay.
I don't have a single spell that's useful.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what spell would be useful, honestly.
Obviously, Pass Without a Trace will help us all. I'm sure it will.
I'll just, yeah. I'm gonna enthrall the ball. That's what I'm gonna do.
No, seriously, how did people get stuck down here and there wasn't a giant ball here already? I want to know that shit. Maybe if we stay... Because obviously people died down here, but then did the ball just, like, wait for them to die and then roll itself back up?
Right.
That makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Can I investigate the ball? Is there anything that maybe I can... Can I investigate the ball?
You can spend a significant amount of... I mean, other than it's a big metal heavy ball, it does sound hollow, so it's not solid. If it was a solid ball, it would be significantly heavier.
So can you melt into the ball and then melt the other side? We just walk through the ball.
That's...
Is there anything in our character manual filled bags that can melt something?
You don't have arc welders. No, I'm sorry.
I mean, I do
Can I
have
use my
lots of
thieves'
fire
tools?
spells.
Yes,
Right.
fire.
There's no
Okay,
mechanisms that you can see. I mean, short of pushing on it more. I don't know. I mean, what was your combined strength score?
My strength is 17.
17,
10.
27,
8.
6.
35. All right. So 17 plus 10 is 27, plus 6 is 33, plus 8 is 41. Okay. So with all of you pushing on it at once, it moves.
Holy fuck!
Very, very slowly.
But we
Hey,
have
it's
to move it back upstairs.
We'll move it.
Yeah, I mean, the only other
Ball,
idea I
is there
have
a
is
space between the ball and the ceiling?
weld this ball, but I don't think that's a great idea.
Don't be alone downstairs. There's not much space. It pretty much fills almost the entire corridor.
Okay.
So we very slowly try to push this thing back up.
Right.
Yep.
You didn't eat anything? Noah didn't make himself anything to eat. And it's 9:30 and he's hungry. And he doesn't want to be downstairs by himself.
Where's Thomas?
Thomas, I think, is in his room on his iPad. Or he went to bed. I don't know. He could have gone to bed. It's late.
Okay.
So you push it very slowly. It does kind of pick up a little bit of speed as you go and then kind of like hit the wall. You can kind of push it and with all of you pushing as hard as you can just barely roll it up a step. And you can rest. And you can push it again. Up a step. And rest. Push it up another step. And kind of rest. It's taking all of you, everything that you can to push it up. But you managed to push it up to the first landing. Oh, hold on. I don't know if my audio is out or someone else's. So hold on.
Sorry, sorry, that was my fault. I was muted.
She was just pantomiming.
Yeah, no, I was like, we get it up, we take a long rest, because nothing's going to mess with us here, and then we keep going tomorrow with all of our slots.
Okay, so going back to the first landing, can I do an investigate to see if there's any secret doors within the hallway, the stairway itself?
Sure. I'm
grasping for straws here.
Sure. You start sort of feeling your way along the wall, looking for anything that you can. There doesn't seem to be anything here, but as you're looking, you hear... It's hard to tell. It almost sounds like the sounds of... maybe like the flapping of wings.
That's
and
lovely.
then you can hear some scratching
Incense.
on the other side of the ball.
What?
And then basically there's like this globule of sort of molten.
Oh, one of those.
But like a shard of ice kind of shoots out of one, and then some lava fire shoots out the bottom around the corners of the ball.
So fiends have followed us down.
Yeah, it seems like there's a couple of fiends on the other side of it.
Well,
There's, yeah.
Can we roll the ball up the fiends?
over them.
You can,
Yep.
you can push. You can push. So
Let them melt through it for us, and then we kick their ass.
right.
I like that idea.
You push it. You start pushing it up. As you're pushing, you can hear this snarling and growling of fiends on the other side. I need. So as you're about halfway up, one of them seemed to have gotten a good angle on you, and there's this spray of sort of fire breath that comes down over the top of the ball. I need all of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
+4.
Okay, so that is
13.
19.
Okay.
21.
Okay.
I'm
Dexterity
sorry,
saving
what am I doing? Dexterity. That's a 23.
Okay, so you managed to all kind of quickly duck out of the way and only get the slightest singeing. If you made it, you all take 1 point of fire damage, and without having to lose your grip on the ball as you continue to push it up, and you hear more swearing and infernal, like go get more.
Did we all make it?
You all made it, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and as you make it to the second landing and you start pushing it up, this time it's some ice that comes through. I need you all to make a dexterity saving throw.
23.
Give me just a second. I'm not
Sure.
at my desk.
12.
Okay.
No, you don't. So,
All right.
Dex save.
Yeah, dex save.
That's you.
Oh no. 12.
Okay, that's fine.
I
All
rolled
right.
a 2. I rolled a 2. I want that known.
You rolled a 2, but you got a 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
+6, +4.
This time it's sort of this blast of freezing cold. You only 1 point of damage.
We took 1 the last time as well.
Yeah, 1 fire and 1 cold. Okay, so you've made it to the final landing, and you hear like another click, but nothing really seems to happen as you're pushing the ball up and up the stairs.
Also know that you haven't
you
taken any damage, have you, Jerusha? Well, okay, you took 1 point of damage, but you didn't take the fire damage.
Yeah, you didn't take fire damage, right?
Right, yeah, no, I don't take fire damage. Well, I'm resistant to fire damage.
One of them was
Amazing.
cold. The first one was fire. The second one was 1 point of cold damage.
Yeah, I know, I took the cold damage.
I think it's hilarious, just nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
and
so there's
just
1
as you
point to it.
get
Oh, yeah.
the ball up on the final landing, and sort of with a little bit of momentum, it kind of gently rolls forward. The last ice imp there blasts all of you with cold, and make another dexterity saving throw.
19.
24.
Okay.
23.
Okay. If you get above a 10, you take a point of damage. If you get below a 10, you take 2 points of cold damage.
All right, I got
Apparently they
below a
can't roll
10,
the
so
thing. You take 2 points of cold damage, and you're mostly like being able to kind of block it or dodge it, but it doesn't seem to be doing much. And once it sees that you're all kind of like there, it flies down to the south. It's quick,
Oh, I want to take a pot shot at that fucker.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll at I would say with the ball in front of you, and it dives down to the south. Do you have sharpshooter or anything that lets you ignore half cover or cover?
Let's see. More difficult terrain.
Trying to find my notes.
I don't think specifically.
Basically, it's just going to get bonus to his armor class. Is all I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
Because it's at this point, by the time you get out, you get your bow ready because it was somewhere stowed.
Mm.
It's already sort of diving down to the corridor to the bottom and kind of winging out of view. So you can try and get a shot off.
Okay.
I actually also have a longbow. Can I take a shot for the hell of it?
Sure.
22.
120!
All right. As it's winging around, you manage to score it really good on its leg. Go ahead and roll damage, both of you. But it looks like your shot, Illyria, just pierces its wing.
Plus 14.
Okay.
It's strength. It's strength, right?
You're shooting it with a bow?
Would it be dex?
It would be dex.
Yeah.
Okay.
23.
So-
Because it's a fucking fiend.
13.
Yeah. So basically, it's like, banking to turn around the. That was a big one. That was not. Banking to turn around, and basically 2 arrows just pierce it, and like before the arrows can pin it to the opposite wall, it explodes in a shard of ice chunks.
Well, that was satisfying.
So we're back at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, you're back at the top of the stairs.
Down was a terrible life choice.
Yep.
There's a large ball kind of in the middle of the little hall area.
Well, now we just plug off this area with it.
Alright, I say we go down south, maybe to the east?
South and east. Sounds like a plan.
Find the rest of them.
Okay.
And I continue muttering bad things about dwarves as I
mutter bad things about fiends, as usual.
I don't like this place.
Nobody likes this place.
None of us like this place.
Okay.
Fiends seem to like this place.
And that's why
But
we
yet
don't
we
like
all
this
agreed
place.
to come here.
Okay,
Why did we agree to come to this place again?
Treasure and riches. Treasure and riches.
Yes, of course.
we haven't found any riches yet.
Haven't found any.
We found lots of deadly things and nothing.
Like, I heard the lost mine of Fandelver was more than this. I hear they got a giant diamond for that shit.
I'm keeping an eye out for pressure plates as we walk. Do I need to roll for that, or...?
Yes. Go ahead and make an investigation roll.
So, 17?
No pressure plates, no traps, no giant balls.
I like not having giant balls.
That's
Okay.
Well then, that's what happens at almost 1 a.m.
Yep.
Oh gosh, it is late, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
So, doors?
Doors.
Yeah.
Or doors.
Push
Fuck
doors or
doors.
pull doors?
Looks like it is possibly both.
Okay. I carefully try and push very gently on them to see if they budge.
They do budge. In fact, they open quite easily. Looks like they can actually go both ways on the hinge.
I say once we're in the last 10 minutes, we just barrel on, like, through everything and see how far we can get.
Just run!
Just run into the next murder hobo experience.
Okay, I push the door open and peek through.
Sure. So you see sort of an odd-shaped room in here. And it's the stonework inside is, in a lot of these angles, seem to be different or unusual. It's just not as patterned and well structured. It's almost as if some of the stonework was built or added afterwards. It doesn't match. All of those weird angles.
Hang on the.
You were cutting out. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Do I see anything on the floor?
There doesn't seem to be anything on the floor. It's just all of the corners of the room seem just to be unusually constructed compared. They look a little bit different stonework, slightly different color, slightly different shape. Instead of being super regular and even.
Nothing to kill in here. Next door.
Okay,
Dungeon speedrun.
We go back up to the north and go to that great room?
Or we could go through the other doors in that hallway, that one hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hallway down there.
Let's go.
Okay, where do you go?
We go all the way down here.
Dungeon speedrun. Oops.
Dungeon speedrun. Which door?
All right, push the first door open.
All right.
Prepare to fire.
So this door opens into a large room. It's actually got stuff in it. So you can see large wooden and stone, almost like storage cases, lining the walls all the way around.
Check for mimics! Check for fucking mimics!
And they a lot of them are cracked and broken, but it looks almost like this may have at some point been some kind of armory. There's the remains of sort of a couple of large stone block tables and stuff, and then kind of clustered in the center of the room, there's a door on the far wall, and then clustered in the center of the room look to be 4 large. That's not what I wanted to do. 4 large. Stop. All right, hold on.
Holding.
Okay, I just want to draw a door, and it just keeps trying to connect the line. There we go. There's another simple door over on the other side. But yeah, there's lots of wooden storage cabinets, stone alcoves and stuff, kind of ringing the walls, and then a few look to be basically big stone chests in the center of the room.
Mimic.
How does one search for mimic?
And those seem to be the only things that are not otherwise partially destroyed or anything like that.
Okay, I'm gonna step in and investigate.
Sure.
Search for mimic.
So go ahead and roll. What'd you got?
I'm trying. I can't get the dice in my hand. 19.
19. Okay, so these seem to be very sturdily built stone chests. They're not as big as they all appear, but they're probably all like a large like a large chest worth size. They have a bunch of dwarven inscriptions and stuff on them. Basically, it looks like it's complicated instructions to open each one, and they're in dwarven, in script. Basically, kind of like so there's a relief pattern different sort of geometric designs underneath the lip of each one. And then in the very bottom, in script around the edge in Dwarven, is like a sort of a rhyming pattern cadence song of sorts. I'm not going to sing a song in Dwarven, but basically, it's the rhyming pattern of the inscription. Basically, explains the order in which to push the tiles to open to the runes to open each of these chests. It's basically just a box with instructions on it in Dwarven.
And there's nothing of value.
They would have told us how to open it.
Not that you can see or tell.
Maybe they assume only dwarves will read Dwarven.
Doubt it. I mean, everything else here has tried to kill us.
You didn't
Let's see. We don't try it, but
there doesn't seem to be any traps that you could find.
Okay, well, I can read Dwarvish.
Right.
Am I able to decipher the rhymes and the codes and be able to open the first box?
Yes.
Okay, I do so.
Okay. You basically push a bunch of buttons. Your guess is that if you were to do this in the wrong order, something bad would happen.
I don't do it in the wrong order. I do it in the right order.
You do it in the correct order. And you hear sort of a click sound and then a shift, and the stone, it's almost like there's something inside that just basically lifts it up, and you can see like these little, for all intents and purposes, pegs or posts, and it just sort of click, 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 click. And inside you see what look to be a number of very brightly gleaming in your light weapons, and some various types of armor and helms and stuff, all sort of neatly arranged inside.
Okay, I do it to the other three boxes. Yeah. I leave everything to the other three members to start putting in bags of holding, and I move on to the next box.
Sure.
I'm not touching it. It's suspicious.
Yeah, so basically you do each one, and one of them contains shields, one of them contains swords and axes, one of them contains crossbows, and then another one contains armor.
The box with the crossbows, do I see anything that would upgrade my short bow?
They have a number of light crossbows. You don't have the training to wield a heavy crossbow. Plus, it's like almost as big as you are. But they look very high quality and well made. I don't know if any of you have the ability to detect magic or anything like that. Or
I would if I slept.
Do any of you have any sort of crafting, blacksmithing, or metalworking, or anything like that that you'd be able to use to examine these items and sort of gauge their?
Nope.
Maybe.
I have forgery and disguise, but not crafting.
Let me see.
Anything having to do with metalworking?
I think I might have had smith's tools, but maybe not. No.
Or something in your back? Like, what are your backgrounds? Did you pick a background?
Cloistered scholar.
Yeah, not so much.
Lander.
So, all of the weapons and armor and everything is all mithril. All of it.
So
that's a lot of money.
So yeah, so in addition to being incredibly valuable, they're all very high quality.
Okay, well, I bag as much as I can.
Yeah.
All the
You can pretty much grab it all.
We took out a lot when we put it on that
Well,
plate.
actually, once someone else has touched it and it seems safe, then I'll start scooping.
Yeah.
Sure.
Once you know it's a mithril, then yeah.
Yeah.
I'm suspicious of everything here.
Right.
Sorry, dwarves, not sorry.
So yeah, we bag up a
Learn
bunch of
this shit.
bunch of stuff.
Sure.
All right. Once I've gotten my fill, I'm going to go back and investigate the door in the back.
Okay. All right. So, just for reference, Tracy, the light crossbow, is it deals 1d8 damage, and it's you have a +1 to attack roll. Yeah. So basically mithril properties are: if the weapon is heavy, it's no longer heavy. If it's not heavy, it's light and gains finesse. So there's basically finesse longswords and finesse battle axes. They all have +1 to attack roll. And even though they're two-handed, so there's a couple of two-handed battle axes are versatile, and for the purposes of overcoming resistances, they're considered to be magical.
I want a magic longsword.
They're not magic per se. Well, you don't know if they're magic, but they're all mithril.
But if you're attacking something, you'd then have a longsword that would.
I'm gonna switch
Right.
my longsword for that one.
Sure. It's you get a +1 to hit. It's light and has the finesse property. So if you have a high dex, you can make use of it. Tracy, you could do the same thing with your short sword, and replace it with.
Are there any pole arms with that?
There are no pole arms.
Okay.
There's a number
What's the battle
of
axe?
basically a number of one-handed, basically pretty much every kind of one-handed martial
What about
weapon
the
you can
shields?
think of.
Because I have a shield. Anything special about those?
Mithril weapons. Let me look up mithril armor.
Did you say I could
I
grab
actually-
sword?
Yeah,
So it
you
was
could grab a short sword, and it's basically +1 to hit.
I'm wearing plate armor and I have a shield, so if I could use either of those from this, that would be awesome.
Okay.
None of this is particularly useful to me and my not wearing armor and not using weapons.
If the
So-
armor normally imposes disadvantage on dexterity
You just get a
checks
shit
or
ton of
has a
money
strength
for it.
requirement, the mithril version of the armor doesn't.
Ooh.
However, these are armor. This is dwarf armor. So it's not
small.
magic, so it doesn't like resize to you. No, it's medium, but in order to really make use of a set of plate armor, you'd have to have someone like reforge it for you or reconstruct it. You can definitely use the shield. So if the shield encumbers you in any way with like a penalty on a dexterity check or has a strength requirement, you can wear it without. But the armor itself is, unless you were a dwarf. And I think you're not. No, you're definitely
If
not.
you
No,
take
I'm an
enough of
Asmar.
it, if you can get out of here, you can melt it down and make something nice for yourself.
Or
That is the plan.
any armor smith could easily refashion it to be a different size. Plus, you've got like multiple sets of it. I mean, this is basically. I mean, what you found is easily probably somewhere in the upwards of 30,000 gold pieces worth of just armor.
We could honestly
And
just
what-
leave now and be fucking rich.
You very well could. You could try it. You could leave and then go rest.
That's true.
and come back. But you don't know what might find you.
Well, I mean, we were looking for it anyway.
Right.
Maybe it would finally come to us for a fucking change.
So I bagged what I could. I've traded out my short sword and my short bow, or I'm sorry.
You're instead of
My
using
bow?
a short bow, you're now using a light crossbow.
Okay.
But for all intents and purposes, it's largely going to be the same.
Okay. I'm going to investigate the door in the back of the room.
Okay. It's a simple door, much like the one that entered the room, but it's doesn't seem to be locked. And if you make a roll, I can tell you if it's trapped.
That's a 27.
No traps.
All right. I walk through.
All right.
For a thing.
All right. So it opens up very, very quickly. Very curious room. So it's narrow, and it looks like it actually wraps around this other room, and you can see all these arrow slits and a ton of levers
No.
running all along.
This is a portcullis.
Just a bunch of them. Just lever.
We don't know what they're levers to. They're levers.
Right.
Is there anything on the floor?
Not that you. No, nothing that stands out.
Okay, I'm going to step inside to the first lever. Is there any writing indication of what the lever does?
Yeah, actually, in Dwarvish. So most of the levers are all up, and in Dwarvish above it, it says armed, and then at the very bottom it says disarmed.
But it doesn't specify what is armed or disarmed.
Right, it doesn't actually say what.
Let's disarm all the things.
Yeah, I put everything in the disarm position.
Okay.
And I ask for help from my group mates to push all of them down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you start walking through, and you're just. You can see that this goes all the way around, and kind of ends right here. And basically, there had to have been a few dozen levers, and you're just disarmed.
So it
So
looks like it would have triggered something in this room, probably.
looking through the holes, you don't see anything.
So it may just be elsewhere.
Right. When you get to the far end, you see what amounts to looking like, as best as you can describe, like a beanbag chair. It's like a sack that's been stuffed with a bunch of soft stuff, and you can see like some bits and scraps of you don't know exactly what, but maybe bones and possibly meat that has recently been chewed on or discarded.
Huh.
Well, that's gross.
Does it seem like if I checked to try to track it, would it be any favorite enemy?
Go ahead and make a survival check.
They have. Oh, okay, 26.
This was definitely sort of a sitting spot for an imp of some kind, based on the shape that you can see, the smell, and the remaining things. So there must have been an imp sitting here, kind of monitoring something. And you can see through. It can actually, if you look through the little arrow slits, they're very small, but you can see into this room here to the west very clearly. Anything that's in there.
It's probably the one that followed us that we murdered as we were coming out.
But it can be hard to track them because they can kind of just fly and they leave very few tracks.
Yeah.
But based on what you're seeing, there looked to have been some sort of imp that was stationed here. Yeah.
Great! The imps are using the traps.
Okay, so there's nothing, no secret doors or any other ways in or out of this hallway, other than the door we came in.
Other than the door you came in, there's no other way. Nope.
Okay, so I say we head back out the hallway and check the second door to the south in that hallway that we came in.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how much longer I'm going to make, by the way, guys. Get down there. I'm done crashing.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to say, as you guys are making your way through... Well, I'm just going to say, so you've pretty much covered most of the first part of the map. And there's still the other part of the map. So we're definitely not going to be able to get to the latter half before the end of the evening. However, I was going to say, before you can make it all the way through that room, you can hear sounds of like mewling and barking. Wisteria, knowing fiends as well as you do, you recognize these sounds. These are the sounds of what are known as dretches, a large number of them. And then you can hear sort of a growling voice. You don't quite recognize it, but it's something that's speaking to them Infernal, directing them to move forward, we can catch them. And then it coming, so you're all, I'm going to move you all. So you are all here, kind of walking through the room, and you hear those sounds coming from beyond this door that's slightly ajar.
So quietly let
You're
everyone
not
know.
quite sure
prepare
where
them.
it's coming from.
Is there a way of closing the stone boxes from the inside?
Uh,
I wouldn't
don't
like
know.
closing ourselves in tomb boxes.
You would have to take a minute or two to
Okay, no.
Everyone just ready in action for when you see something.
Yeah.
I'm
Ready to
gonna.
kick their ass. First hunter's mark and then kick their...
Yeah, I'm gonna have my light bow at the ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Be
do.
free
Who
to
has the
actually
lowest
hold a
HP?
blow and arrow. I think it's more like that. It's been a while.
Who has the lowest HP out of us?
Not me.
Actually, while we're
I'm
waiting
at
here...
49.
How much?
49?
Okay.
I might go
How much
tree form on
do you
this.
guys have?
Right now I have. Hold on, wrong thing.
Like
Yeah, that's
57,
minus
so,
3.
60, so I'm okay.
I have 48 right now.
We're getting more
Okay.
tree form.
I'm not gonna use this yet then.
Yeah, 48 out of 54.
Okay.
I am going to. What am I gonna do? I'm not ready. What level is that?
all right. So you see let's see if I can hold on.
Where are these guys?
Let's see if there's a way to show it to you, a picture. Or did I click on them? No, I didn't. Okay, hold on. So basically, these look a lot like the weird demon dogs from the first Ghostbusters. Like, yeah,
The
that's
gatekeeper
pretty
and
close.
the keymaster?
Yeah, that's what
Yep.
these look like. Basically, you just see a bunch of them kind of burst through the door.
As soon as they come in, let.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a number of
I
you
release the bow as soon as I see one.
a number of you had readied actions. So, but you can hear, and I mean, you start firing and go ahead and position yourselves if you want to like get behind anything or so.
I'm actually gonna wait right here for them to come in.
Sure.
Huge tree right now.
Oh,
so-
I'm
okay.
gonna take,
All right.
I'm gonna take partial cover.
If I know you're waiting by the door,
Okay.
I'm not ready when I was going to ready.
I can stay back if you want me to stay back.
I was going to ready a fireball centered on the door when a couple came through.
Okay, so I'll hold back like
Sure.
this far and then run up when they come in.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So-
When you're far enough out of range, we're good.
All right. So you see one or two immediately turn the corner, and you launch your fireball. The rest of you launch your ranged attacks. And let's go ahead and
Initiative?
yes.
Does
So
a
let me
13 hit?
hold on. Let's go in initiative order first.
Okay.
Okay. Initiative. Not as good of initiative this time.
Where's my d20s? Oh, they're all over there.
I have advantage on fucking initiative and I still suck.
What is with all the sevens I'm rolling tonight?
Okay, let me collect D6s here.
Okay, so Brendan, quick side note. So
Yes.
the light bow, it's a D6.
The
On
light
my
crossbow.
damage?
The light crossbow
sorry.
is D8 on the damage and an extra +1 to hit.
Okay. So my current weapon is a 1d6 plus 5. What's that plus 5? Is that
Damage.
damage? Right.
So it's 1d8 plus 5.
So, okay. So I just want to make sure that plus 5 is still going to be there. Okay.
Yes.
That was my only question. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll the damage for the fireball because that's a lot to add up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I added wrong.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
Stop it. No, you can't have that. Nachos are not for cats.
Very important. Nachos are not. Your cat is being quite a pest tonight.
She managed to shove the entire nacho in her mouth. Because she ran away to eat it. No, she ran away to eat it and then just dropped an entire nacho out from inside her mouth. How?
That cat, man, that cat.
Okay. All right. So, you totaled up damage for the...
So it's 32 on a failed save, so 16 on a successful save.
Okay.
And DC is 15.
DC 15. Dex save, right?
Yeah.
All right. 4, 5, 6. Okay. So it seems like a good number of them. What's the radius on that? Like 20 feet?
20 foot, and it does curve around corners and things.
Yeah, yeah. So it would have caught almost all of them. However,
fiends.
demons have many resistances, and even though a good number of them were caught completely unawares, a lot of them only took. And even though I rolled really shittily and only like 2 of them made their saving throw,
Still, even with resistance, they take damage.
even with resistance, they're going to take some damage, which is still a significant amount of damage. And you can see them, a lot of them squealing and screaming as they're charging forward. So, for those of you who are holding actual ranged attacks, go ahead and fire those off now.
I rolled a 13 earlier.
That will hit.
Okay. Oh, and that's 7, 8.
25.
16
Definitely
to hit.
hits. Totally hits.
Oh, wait, actually,
9
it would
damage.
actually be 36. I forgot to add my 4 fire draconic.
So in half, it would be 18.
Yes.
17.
Okay. So
I got 10 damage on my light crossbow.
okay. So okay. So basically, the only 2 that weren't incinerated instantly are just they're burned. But how much damage was that total?
For which?
What? for your
You
stuff?
you rolled arrow damage, right?
Yeah, 17.
9.
And 9. And then Tracy, what did you get on your damage?
10.
10. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna say that. Yeah. So that was basically all of them.
Sorcerers can blast, man.
What you hear after that is a loud, bellowing roar and the sound of multiple hooves, and just basically busting through this wall is this large, very like this. What looks to be like a demonic centaur almost.
Oh, we pissed someone off!
I'll hold up a picture because I don't have any.
As long as it's still a fiend.
Oh, it's definitely a fiend. You recognize this creature.
Oh boy.
It's this one.
Baphomet. Wait, no. Okay.
No. It's like a big demonic centaur looking thing.
Well, what's that called?
Demon centaur.
And he kind of bursts in and bellows out. Alright, so I don't know if I have a token for that guy. Yeah, we'll just use this. Oh, no, not that one. Alright, sure. So this is a centaur token, but just think of him as if he was less Ferenz and more Ferengi. Ugly and mean.
Oh my god!
That's glorious.
And he sort of bursts in, roaring.
I'm done.
My token should also be that size.
I'm so done.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you went tree, didn't you?
I went tree.
Roar. Okay, so is everyone's initiative order accurate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should, though we're not in order, like you have to sort them.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. So he busts in, and you basically just completely wipe out his little army. But he kind of roars in, charges the first thing he sees. All right. And starts swinging. So basically, he's got he kind of puts his head down and barrels towards you, Illyria, and to gore you with his horns. And that is a 14 to hit you with his horns. Okay, no. He tries to reach out with your claws, and they seem to just be scraping against this mithril shield that you've picked up. But he reaches out, and he's got this like sort of long, spiked, serrated tail rising up behind him, and that seems to basically just hammer against your shield. But you've managed to hold off all of his blows. And that would be it for his turn. Next up would be Joe.
Alright. Do I have line of sight from staying partially covered behind this stone thing? All right,
have line of sight.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay.
That's a 26.
Definitely hits.
Oh, I'm sorry, 27 with the +9 to hit now. Yeah,
Yeah, still hits.
Okay. That's 10 damage.
Okay. You do get your sneak attack damage, which is an extra plus 4d6. Because
4d6.
Yeah, 4 6-sided dice, because he's engaged in melee.
Okay, so that's 9. That's an additional 14, so 24 damage total.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice. Yes. Yeah, so you're peppering him with shots. It's hard to tell what's vulnerable on an angry centaur demon looking thing, but based on its howl of pain and abyssal, you've got him good. Illyria, you are up next.
I'm gonna use a bonus action to cast Divine Favor on myself, and then start swinging with the longsword, Great Weapon Master.
Sure.
That's a lot. 20 to hit.
Definitely hits.
So 1d8 plus 10 plus 3. 17 on the first attack. Oh wait, no, plus a d4. Radiant.
Okay.
For whatever it's worth. Plus another 1 radiant.
So how much total?
Oh, that... What did I
17 plus the 1d4 plus 1.
17 plus 1. Yeah, because it was 1 on the
total
d4.
18?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do it again.
Alright.
And I will go on Great Weapon Master again. Nope. That's only a 5.
Okay. Yeah, that he is able to dodge that pretty easily.
Oh,
okay. Wisteria. He seems to have all of his attention focused on this
What am I doing? That would have been a
paladin
10.
in front of him and is not paying any attention to the giant tree woman behind the curtain.
Oh, he
I know
will
a
be
10
soon.
was, but that was a 10.
Just like the really like twiggy fingers, just like curling around the bow, around the arrow, and just kind of. First off, bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Haha, Hunter's Mark. Yes, he's marked.
And then first attack. Okay, 18 plus 11.
Definitely hits.
And using my piercing thorns to add some thorny extra damage to that, and Hunter's Mark damage. So that is 23 damage first hit. Second attack is 22 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Then I can't use piercing thorn anymore, but is Hunter's Mark once a turn or any time you hit?
Anytime you damage it,
yeah,
you get the extra Hunter's Mark damage.
Sweet. So that is 15 damage.
Okay.
And I believe that is my turn.
All right, Karen.
Okay, we're gonna firebolt the sucker.
Okay.
With a 22 to hit.
Definitely hits.
And D10s again. 13 damage.
Okay. He seems to not care as much about the fires licking across his hide.
Figured he probably... Does he seem to take some damage, or...
Yeah, no, he's not immune to the fire, but he's resistant.
Not as much as... Yeah, okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, so that was 96 points of damage in a single round. And he is looking seriously hurt and sort of suddenly questioning his decision to come charging in against these adventurers.
Questioning his entire existence.
Right.
Wait till the other party hits this level.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm gonna have to get creative because you guys, there's like twice as many of you. All right. I need.
But Cortana doesn't have magical weapons yet.
Right.
None of us do.
Or like favored enemies in the exact enemy that we're facing.
Right. All right. So he sort of adjusts position and then lashes out with his tail, and you can see these arcs of electricity tracing up his body, and then launching out from his tail as this giant 10-foot wide bolt of lightning arcs across the room. And I need Illyria, Joe, and Karen all to make dexterity saving throws.
+4.
Oh, nice. Yeah. No, we're not always in video.
They're too far away.
Oh.
So I can use evasion, right?
Yeah. So if you get hit, you'll still. If you make the save, you take no damage. If you fail the save, you take half.
16
or something. 16. Okay. What'd you get?
That's 23.
Okay. All right. So since you made the save, Tracy, you're going to take 0 because of evasion. The other two, when you make the save, you take 1, 2. You take 19 points of lightning damage.
Ow!
I'm gonna die. Yeah, I'm hurting a lot, guys.
And
Right, I got
with his
wounds.
attacks... Alright, he's gonna swing his weapons... Actually, he doesn't have weapons. He's just got these giant mitts with these super sharp claws. And that's gonna be an 18 against you, Illyria, and a 17.
Not with my shield.
Not with your shield, yeah. You just
Thank you,
screech.
plate armor.
See these like sparks flying up. But yeah, no. All right, that's a miss. Joe, back to you.
Okay, yeah, I'll just shoot again.
Okay.
That's a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Alright. Do I still get sneak?
Yep, you still get sneak attack.
Alright.
Once per turn.
4d6 and a d8.
And then add 5 to all of that.
Oh, shit. Okay, hold on 1 second. There's too many dice here. Hold on 1 second. 1. No, that's not it. Okay, that. Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 14, 19.
Okay.
19.
I need to make a save for that, for my concentration.
Your concentration on your...
It was 19 damage, right? So I just need to make 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I made it.
Okay. Illyria, it's your turn.
I'm hurting so much.
So is this thing, especially with that last hit. Seems to got him
I'm gonna be stupid, and I'm just gonna hit him in the face.
Okay.
Right in the face.
14 to hit.
That does not hit. He actually is able to deflect that.
Okay.
You have to dodge out of the way at the last possible moment as this sharp, serrated tail comes diving in at you, and he is able to deflect your shot.
Okay. Yep. Cool. I got nothing.
Tracy, what was that?
Can I help? Can I do a bonus action? Just on my turn, right?
Yeah, you not from. You have to be like in melee range to like get in their way and kind of interfere with them. Sorry. Anything else, Kristen?
I have nothing.
That was it. Okay, Wisteria.
That's right. This thing is going
He
fucking
seems
down.
It's very hurt.
Oh, that's a natural 19. So.
That hits.
With piercing thorns and hunter's mark. Oh, thank you, Miss Maven Maiden's dice. 24.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Thank you.
She's pissed off after that lightning. Just like marks it off, like, I've had enough of this damn dungeon, enough of you people, and just lets go right through the throat. And
As
just
the
like
arrow
plasters it against the wall.
Pierces the demon. Roots and vines of Wisteria shoot out from around it and basically start wrapping its upper torso, and it's basically dissolving it from the outside in, as you can hear this horrible wrenching scream as the physical form of this demon is destroyed and it's sent back to the abyss.
So Thunderous, but worse. Basically.
Kinda, yeah. Yeah.
So,
it has been destroyed. You can still hear the sort of echoing. It's almost like the voice, the roars it's like coming from like a long tunnel and then finally fades away.
Oh god.
I need some healing.
I hurt.
Who needs
Even
some
after
healing?
my cure wounds, I hurt.
And then
Illyria and Karen both need healing.
so just get like a big tree, like pat on the head for some cure wounds, and like some little flowers kind of grow around it, like into a little. She gets a little flower crown as she gets some healing.
I love it.
That's remind myself what. That's 1d8 plus. Casting modifier is wisdom, so 3.
All right, and it's very, very, very late for everyone but me, basically.
6 plus 3.
So this would be a good time to call it. Tracy's got to work in the morning, and I don't know about the rest of you, but it's a good place to pause and possibly pick up another time. I think the next opportunity for the Wildmount game could be next weekend, I think, depending on people's availability. But a couple of following weekends are iffy. What?
I'm good next
No, that's the
weekend.
7th,
Wait,
isn't
what?
it? Fuck.
It's the 7th, yeah.
I have a gig that night. Fuck.
Oh, bummer.
I'm good.
I'm free.
Okay, depending on the group.
I'll be done by 11?
11 your time?
Yeah.
I don't know what I mean. We're
probably still playing by then. We may well sleep.
Yeah.
Right. You can kind of jump in.
Yep.
We can Jaeger Cortanus, but I think we'll probably be picking up mostly with story and discussion. I think, based on where we last left off, for at least the good portion of the initial.
I need to.
And then,
I need to kick Elias's ass for what he did.
What did he do?
Ran into magical darkness.
Right. Endangered himself.
He needs to be.
All right.
He needs to get an earful for that.
All right. Yeah. All right. Thank you all for playing tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Well done. Well survived. You have.
I got fucking lucky choosing
the first character.
It's okay. My HP is still low, even after those 2 cures.
Yeah, I'm at 29 out of 54.
Well, I can lay on hands for that.
Yeah.
29 out of 54. Go ahead and take another 20.
Okay.
And then that'll leave me with 15 lay on hands for later.
That sounds good. Yeah, because that electric kit really.
Yeah, that fucked me up.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a saving throw, and like I have 16 AC. I have decent AC because Draconic Bloodline, but I do not have.
Good deck save.
Yeah.
David knows what literally happened to my tiefling
save.
sorceress in another campaign. Fucking lightning damage.
Yeah, it probably would have been able to make it a little bit better, but with you being split and not getting the +4 from the Paladin aura, it's good if you're getting ambushed, but not if you're separate.
I was already the lowest in HP out of everyone when that fight started.
Hey,
because of all the other stuff.
At least we took down all the dredges.
Yes, that was
great.
fucking amazing.
That's awesome.
Yay, fireball!
Right. Sometimes when the combat starts, I'll set what their HP is based on like whether the average or like, oh, I need to push this a little bit and kind of challenge you guys. I decided I'm going to make it exactly the suggested HP, which for a dredge is 18. So when you did 16 damage, or you did 16 damage on the successful save and 32 on the thing with the resistance, and only 2 of them saved out of the 12 because again I rolled poor. I'm like, oh, okay, so they're at least going to be able to get in there and deal damage. And like, oh no, +2 damage.
Yeah, I'd forgotten.
Bye, Felicia.
I'd forgotten that
That's amazing. I'm so happy.
I was like, oh, I can add that. I get extra damage. Huzzah.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me happy. I'm so glad we're not dead.
I'm really glad I told Tracy, or I set Tracy up with a rogue.
Yeah, we needed a rogue.
Yeah, really great.
For a moment.
You never would have survived that first room if you didn't have someone telling you where all the stuff was.
I mean, if we hadn't had a rogue, I might have rolled a rogue, but
right.
You know, it was good to have a rogue.
No, it was a very good roguing, actually. Very good. You kept them alive for most of it.
This is what I've been using to open my boxes for moving.
Oh wow, that's cool.
I feel very Velis.
That is a very Velis.
It looks like it's a miniature Narsil.
It does. It's not, but it looks a lot like one.
Yeah. Or I guess Anduril after it's been reforged.
Yeah. It's very, very, very similar. That's part of the reason I bought it.
All right. I need to probably check on my children and my wife. Thank you all for playing. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you survived the first level of the Dungeon of Death.
I had 11 HP at one point.
Yikes.
We'll see what happens when you dive deeper down into the abandoned dwarven mine. What other fun stuff lies in wait?
Fucking lost minds. They need to keep their shit together.
Yeah.
Stop abandoning your minds, dwarves. It's never a good idea.
You got a shitload of mithril though, so that's good.
Yeah, I
Get it out of here.
got +7 for my score.
we'll just die with bags full of mithril. It'll be great.
Pretty much exactly that.
All right.
Thanks everyone for watching too.
Yes, if anyone who stuck around or jumped in, that was fun to have you.
That was awesome.
That was fun.
I'm going to shut down Roll20 and close down. So video will be gone, but I'll probably be on audio for a little bit longer.
All right.
Thanks everybody. Night.
Night.
Okay, bye.
Okay.